Welcome.
Hi,
Hi, Brian.
everyone.
Hi, Amy.
Hello,
How are you doing?
Doing all right.
Ted. It's a Sunday.
Yes, and we're getting ready to record episode 126.
There he is on top of the numbering still.
I
you
didn't
have
even
to-
peek.
I was saying, do you have to look up the last one or do you remember?
Well, I made the event yesterday. That helped. If I hadn't done that, I might be a little.
But when you made the event, did you have to look up what number last week was or did you remember?
Well, what you do is you use the settings from the previous one and it imports the title, so it had 125 in there.
So you just incremented the number you didn't remember.
I do know how I am at math, but I will say for sure I can add one to a number and like get that total.
Yeah, that's good.
I'll fail.
Math skills good.
I am very good at math, but very bad at remembering. Like, unless it's trivia. Trivia, I will just take you down. But
Trivia, I'm great at until I need to be. And then I'm like, yes, I know this one. What is it? It's in the top of my tongue. I don't know. I know it.
Like names especially. It's like,
Yeah.
we've been doing trivia at my other job. And the people who create it intentionally try to make the most difficult trivia they can.
Ooh.
It's brutal.
You have another job. You don't just live and work for this podcast.
I think it's just good to occupy your time to have a side hustle.
Yeah,
It keeps me out of trouble.
Variety is the spice of life.
Right. I mean, otherwise I'd be living large off of this.
I was very proud once when my office had a trivia contest, and the questions was what LDB stand for.
Nice. You'd arrived. You made the trivia.
I made it. I made office trivia. Little Debbie Buffet, if any of you, it's your first time, because otherwise there's no excuse not to know that.
Speaking of first time, should we get going?
LDB, not LBD, which is Little Black Dress.
Yes. And yes, Danny, we actually have a podcast record, so I guess we could do that.
Oh, so you're going to force the pause?
Oh, I mean, we were paused until you started,
Yeah, we did it. You ruined your own pause, Amy.
Yeah, I wasn't the one that said it was time to pause. You were trying to force it.
That's fine. I have all day.
Yep, we do.
It's Sunday. It's my day of rest. I'm a man of leisure today.
I thought you were going to say it's your Sabbath, and I was going to be like,
I know how that works. I've read that book. Parts of it, baby.
Then. This is the Food Scientist Podcast. I'm your host, Amy Zajac. I'm here with Brian Pierce.
Well, hello, everyone.
And Danny Sussman.
Hello, world and internet at large.
Happy day, whatever day you're listening or watching. Glad you joined us. As usual, we will have some news and experiences, and then we're going to follow up on the other Pearson thins. We have the mint bark we talked about last week. We have a couple kinds of mystery candies. Can we guess the flavors?
I'm going to
3
guess
limited
terrible.
edition Pringles. And we're going to end with some cotton candy.
Yeah, I'm excited. We have the Baconator Pringle. Some marketing tie-in action happening.
Yeah. We did talk about that one too in a previous episode. So We're doing good on follow-ups. I probably jinxed us, but there you go.
Oh, it's a jinx for Brian for sure. I'll go with my news item.
Oh, go for it. I hope it's not a bad jinx.
Dollar General has a couple of new exclusives. One, we don't really do beverages here, but I will mention that they have a pineapple Mountain Dew.
That sounds good.
Well, you can try that on your own. The one that you're more likely to see here is a new limited edition Dollar General exclusive flavor of Doritos.
Oh, I know what this is.
Yeah, Amy. It's Tangy Pickled Doritos.
Oh, that doesn't sound right.
No, nothing about that sounds right.
That's why I said
like
it's a jinx for you, Brian.
Well, you too.
Yeah.
We feel exactly the same about the pickles.
Well, I'm kind of hesitant about it. I like pickles and I like Doritos, and I don't know about the combination. What? Everybody doesn't need to ride the pickle bandwagon. Come on.
I did see one early review that called it the best of all of the pickle flavored things.
That's a low bar.
It is. I mean, we've seen a lot of pickle chips in the last year. There must have been some research study that came out somewhere that said pickles are hot.
Yeah, and that's why they're making them spicy now.
Yeah. And tangy. So does tangy pickle mean spicy pickle?
I think it's probably spicy.
I think we're going to find out.
I think tang's a little different than spice. Like, think more vinegar or
they're cousins.
citric.
At least. Yeah.
Either way, I think that tangy in this case is likely a synonym for
nasty.
I was going to say awful to Brian and I.
I don't even really like the Cool Ranch Doritos. I like my Doritos to be cheesy or flaming hot, not something else.
If you remember back that episode we had that was the Doritos that had like the Cheeto, like I forget what they even called that, just cheese flavored Dorito. But I've been waiting for that forever to come back or to find it, and I can't find it again, and I'm sad.
Yeah, those were like, they messed with your brain because they were the texture and shape of a Dorito, but they tasted like a Cheeto. Ooh, that's messing with God right there.
It was, but you know what? I'm fine doing that.
I remember just wanting to eat Cheetos instead.
Sure. Anyways,
Cheers. Anyway.
Do you have news, Brian?
I do. I also have news that we probably won't have on this show, but people in other parts of the country who aren't, in the Midwest here, who have 7-Elevens might want to be on the lookout because
thank heaven.
What's that?
Oh, thank heaven.
Well, they have new limited edition sandwich cookies, which apparently they have every year. But this year, the 3 that they are coming out with are root beer float, pink lemonade, and pina.
I bet we could find those.
I will be going to Michigan over the 4th of July weekend.
And you have 7-Elevens in Michigan?
There.
Yeah, they're all vanilla cookies. It looks like they just, refresh. The Oreo, the pina colada Oreo, that was a thin and a vanilla cookie, right?
Yes, and that was delicious dipped in rum.
That was. Ooh, that was. But yeah, these are interesting to me, especially the root beer float. I love root beer. I don't know if I need that in a cookie, though.
Yeah, I love root beer. I love root beer floats. Root beer float flavored things. That's tough.
And I'll recap for the chat here. It was root beer float, pink lemonade, and pina colada.
Yeah, you had a little audio dropout when that happened,
happened.
so it was a little bit hard to hear.
Yeah, so, I mean, if we find them great, I'm not really excited about any of them. Maybe I'll bring rum and just dump all of them until I like them all.
Oh, yeah. I mean, eventually, that is the thing, like, with enough rum, you'll, like, do a lot of
I'll
things.
eat pickle chips with enough rum.
I'm going to take that out of context, save it, and welcome to next week's episode.
Yeah, the pink lemonade could go either way, in my opinion. Like, I think the flavor would have to be kind of faint because I don't want a tart cookie. Maybe some do. Maybe you lemon lovers out there do. But I would rather have the taste be fainter.
I don't understand when foods are associated with colors that they don't have, like pink lemonade. There's no pink lemon. Even like the blue raspberry, like there are the black raspberries, but they don't produce blue.
But I think
lemonade's been a thing for a long time, not just in food.
Yeah, pink lemonade though, that's not about the lemon, that's about the color of the drink.
Right, it's lemonade that's just colored pink.
It's not called pink lemon beverage.
Right.
It's the lemonade that's pink. And I'll be honest, I don't know what they do to make that pink or change the flavor, but it's usually all right. I'll drink it.
So.
Yeah. Amy, did you have news this week?
I don't have news, but I have a very disappointing experience.
Oh, no. Okay, I do too, so I'll follow up after you.
I can tell you how pink lemonade came to be. I just Googled it
Okay.
really quick. Someone accidentally dropped red cinnamon candies into a vat of lemonade, and people liked it.
Wait, cinnamon is what makes it pink lemonade?
The person accidentally dropped cinnamon candies into the lemonade, and it was a circus vendor because everything weird involves clowns, and yeah, it was just like, you know what, the show must go on. So even though these candies had like changed the color of the lemonade, it was like, it's time to go, we got to sell. And it sold more than the lemonade typically does, just based on the color. You couldn't taste the cinnamon, it just picked up the color.
Huh.
And the guy was like, this is marketing, I'm going to be dyeing this stuff pink from now on, because people dye it for the novelty. So, Amy, pink lemonade is trying to kill you.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Good thing I don't drink much of it.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amy has a cinnamon allergy, so hopefully they're not coloring it that way.
Hopefully not.
So
Okay.
anyway, your experience, Amy.
Your disappointing experience with salad, I'm guessing.
I'm very disappointed. Yeah, I'm very disappointed in the 2 Dairy Queens near me. I've tried to get my strawberry cake confection a few times this week, and they don't have them. They're out of strawberries. Like, you can't get anything with strawberries. And I'm like, what? I mean, obviously, I still got ice cream and enjoyed it, but it was like, I want my strawberry cake confection, people.
Did you have the Piñata Party Blizzard?
I did not. I went with my old standby of a Cocoa Fudge Sundae and then twice. So anyway.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Brian and I had the Piñata Party Blizzard. If you're not watching our YouTube channel.
Which, okay, that video was a mess.
Yes.
And we put a little disclaimer in the description, but like, it's disappointing to me that video is doing so well, for us at least, because it, like, we got back strong, like it was windy out, ice cream was like blowing all over Danny, he got a small blizzard, like everything was wrong.
But we actually were able to get the Piñata Party Blizzard early. Because I am who I am, I started calling Dairy Queens in the order by distance from my house. I used the location finder on Dairy Queen's website and just started at the top of the list and working my way down, calling and saying, do you have the Piñata Party Blizzard yet? And no, that doesn't come out till Thursday. And then I found one where they said, we have the stuff, but we haven't trained on it yet. So we don't know how to make it. When do you want it? And I said, well, when can you train? And the guy said, well, I'll tell you what, I'll train on it right now. Why don't you slide on in? So I reached out to the gang and I'm like, Blizzard emergency, first Piñata Party Blizzard's off the line. And the kind of mess you would expect for the first production off of the line is what you got in our video, in our urgency, in all of it. And that's our glory.
Yeah, so I'll even say, and now this is almost like fate, but it's supposed to come with whipped cream and sprinkles. Yours did. Mine did not. I did not say, don't give me that. I just didn't.
Right.
Now I did, and you know, the things inside of it were not blended that well. So we got candy pieces and cake. They're supposed to be mixed up. They were separated. So my top half was just candy and the bottom was cake. Danny was the opposite. I got it again in a different location. And Danny, I'm a little disappointed that you had to use the location finder because I'm pretty sure I know the 5 closest Dairy Queens.
I needed their phone numbers. I knew where they were.
Right. Valid.
But I had to call them.
I don't know that. I will admit.
It was because I had to call. Oh, no. I have like, depending on my mood, I have like my closest general Dairy Queen, my closest off-menu Dairy Queen, my closest Dairy Queen with chocolate, my closest Dairy Queen with chocolate where they actually get things right. It just depends on what I want.
So if you're listening to this when it comes out, maybe still will be able to get this Blizzard if you want to try it, but it is limited edition while their supply lasts. Might not be around long. I'm okay with that, honestly. I had it twice and I'm good.
Was your second experience better than your first?
Yes. Yep. Both the picture. The color was more like it was supposed to be. It did come with the whipped cream and the shards of glass. I mean, the sprinkles on it. It was blended better, but still the pieces in there, I don't know, it didn't really do a lot for me.
I liked the cake. I like the idea of a cake blizzard.
They need to do more with that, like an Oreo cake. Ooh.
You're right. Instead of cheesecake, just cake. Because I really liked the cake bits. It was definitely like, it had the birthday cake blizzard thing going on, but the candy bits they don't need to come back. So
I know someone who it was her granddaughter's birthday party. Someone was telling me the story once, and she decided it would be fun to buy a piñata. Mm-hmm. And she didn't realize you have to fill it.
Oh no.
So they broke it and that's kind of how this blizzard made me feel inside. I felt like that piñata.
Oh, you felt broken open?
Yeah, and like empty.
You know what my thing is that the best part of that blizzard was the picture of it that showed the candy spilling out, and you can't have that. Like I said, unless you bring a Sawzall or a knife to cut open your cup. And why would you do that? Also, you probably want to do that. Yeah, you probably want to do that in a walk-in freezer. Because if you do that outside like we did our video.
Now, granted, it was out when we did that, but like melting all over the place for both of us.
Yeah. So anyways, that was my experience this week.
Yeah, I had one other recent experience.
Yeah.
At work, we're all still working from home still.
Right.
And we talk on Instant Messenger, and we had a group chat going talking about how we miss the places downtown to eat.
Yeah, yeah.
And we were talking about breakfast one morning. Ooh. And how we miss breakfast. And it just got me in the mood. It's like, oh, I really want breakfast right now. And I was just thinking about, where I could get that. And the places near me, like really the easiest, fastest place to do that was IHOP.
Brian.
I'm
going to show you some breakfast joints near me that have to be the same distance for you.
Well, no, it had to be pretty quick and close for me to get to as well.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
So, yeah. So IHOP was the best option, and they have signs outside the one near me that say order online. I tried to do that. It said ordering not available at this location.
Oh no!
And the one was 12 miles away, and I was like, no, that's not happening. But I still really wanted breakfast.
And you know what's funny about this is that I drove past a Perkins that had all of those signs, and I'm like, who does that? Now I know the answer. You.
I would definitely there used to be a Perkins by me. It closed a while ago, but I would have done Perkins. Tremendous 12. Yeah.
I think I might have checked this. I made my own breakfast sausage patties. They are so good. I've made a few batches of them since. And now I just make like these epic breakfast sandwiches with it. I got some French toast bagels, which normally are an abomination to me. But if I'm going to go extra on the breakfast sandwich, all of a sudden the French toast bagel becomes relevant. So it's like French toast bagel, my homemade sausage patty, egg, and cheese. and you eat it and it's magical, and you also think, this might be the last thing I eat. Even though I make it with turkey sausage.
Well, okay. I was about to tell you how desperate I was.
Oh, God. What did you do?
I got breakfast from Denny's.
Oh, Brian.
And I had done that, a couple of months ago and was not really happy about that experience. But I was like, biscuits and gravy. Biscuits and gravy.
Of all things.
But I thought you can't mess that up too bad. It probably won't be good, but you can't mess it up too bad. I'll get a side of pancakes. So it was like 50 cents for everything.
Right.
But yeah, I got biscuits, gravy, and the cakes, and I'm eating, and I'm just like, well, this wasn't great, but okay, done. And I go to throw the stuff away, and I realize it's heavy. And I open up, they had stacked it, so the biscuits and gravy had scrambled eggs and sausage. And I was never less excited to see more food.
Oh, that's sad.
It never happened. There's more. Their eggs are not good.
No, their eggs are not
right
good.
Now. Like, I don't care how cheap they are. They aren't good.
I do know someone who, when traveling, always goes to Denny's for breakfast. And the reasoning was a little strange to me, but it made sense, is that the guy had worked at a Denny's in college. And the Denny's is open 24/7, but they are very strict that they do like a full cleaning of their kitchen every 8 hours. And so he's like, at least I know the kitchen is clean there because they scrub the whole place down every 8 hours. So Denny's has that going for you.
Well, that's good to know. I mean, I don't go to Denny's often, but the other thing about it, like a lot of chains, is you know what to expect.
Right, yeah.
So you know what your taste buds are. Like if you like moons over my hammy, no matter where you go at a Denny's, that's going to taste like moons over my hammy. It's like.
Right, but at the same time, like, it's breakfast food. There's not that much you could go to, like, that's why on buffets, brunch is always somewhat reliable, is you have to actively try to mess up breakfast food. Like, if you can't get pancakes right, I mean, at the most basic level, you can go to the store, get a box of mix and add water, and come out with like half decent pancakes.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like going to Denny's for breakfast and ordering spaghetti and getting food poisoning. That's outrageous, and no one would do that. But I'm just gonna avoid Denny's for a while. I think that's the lesson.
Yeah, we'll have to go to the Flames sometime again.
Yes.
The one by me is open. They set up tables outside in their parking lot. They're
greasiest tables anywhere. So good.
Yeah. I was guess we should go live from there at some point, and I can recount the story about Brian complaining that he couldn't find afternoon hash browns. I'm like, you live next to the best ones for miles. But let's move on. Yes.
Yes, last week we had the live stream, folks.
Yeah.
We're gonna move on.
Last week we had the Pearson's Thins, which are barks, not thin versions of Pearson's candies, and we didn't have the mint.
Surprisingly good.
They were.
Yeah.
So the mint is dark chocolate, Marbits, and mint.
Smelling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I usually don't prefer mint. And I'm tempted to say I don't like mint. I like it. I don't prefer it in my desserts. So.
I usually don't prefer Marbits. I usually prefer marshmallows. But the Marbits work and give this texture. But it's not like the marshmallow texture.
It's definitely minty, but the smell, when I opened up the package, it's a wallop of mint smell, and I was concerned. The flavor is not as strong as the smell, but it's still minty.
Yeah, that surprised me, actually. Based on the smell, I thought it was going to be extremely minty. But
it's just the right amount of mint.
Yeah, it really is. If you're going to have a mint flavor you don't want to overpower, and this doesn't.
If I had to insert these into the FMK, they wouldn't die.
Oh,
I
no,
mean,
yeah.
competing with twins is tough.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't understand that, go back and listen to last
like
week.
the older sibling
Mhm.
that had the Marbits and the chocolate.
Yeah, this is the hot older sibling. Like you were
No.
friends with someone, and like they had their older sibling who you're like, man, if I was born 4 years earlier, you didn't have that.
No, I think these are definitely the older sibling, but the less desirable.
Oh, really? I think this is like when I was in high school. The hot older sibling of a friend had a convertible and gave me a ride home in it, like with the top down, and I was like,
the car top down.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was like probably 15, but I was like, oh my God. This is the highlight of my life up until now. How is the chocolate? You know, it's decent chocolate. It's not like noticeably bad. It's not the best. You know, the mint is in there, so it does the job effectively.
I agree with the decent label. It's a decent dark.
Yeah. It is different because it's dark chocolate as opposed to milk chocolate and the ones we had last week. But it does seem harder as well.
I can say this. It's not Cadbury, but it's also not Hershey.
I don't think that's a Hershey bad thing, but I mean, it is better than Hershey chocolate.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's better than Hershey, but not as good as Cadbury.
That's fair. But yeah,
now
if you see the Pearson thins, get them. Get them.
Yeah.
You will like them.
Now we get to guess on a couple things.
Yeah, we have two mystery foods.
We have these gushers and these sour worms. And I don't know, Danny, you have more to say about them. You found them.
Yeah, the galactic gushers. We'll start with those. So, right, is everyone familiar with gushers? Do you eat gushers, Brian?
I would. I usually don't, but.
So there's 3 flavors in this pack. There's apple, there's berry, and there's mystery. Or as I open my first pack, there's 1 apple.
Yeah. Yep.
There are 4 berry and 4 purple mystery.
I have 1 apple, 1 berry, and a ton of purple mystery. Look at that.
I have 6 purple mystery, 2 and 1.
I'm going to start with my 1 apple.
Yep.
I have 1 apple, 1. Anyway.
These aren't bursting in my mouth like I remember them. Maybe I'm just romanticizing them in the past.
Mine more squirted in my mouth than bursted in my mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not much of a liquid center.
I mean, is the
But I like the apple
first? I don't
flavor.
know.
Just take away. Then I'm going to go into the berry. The sour apple is kind of like the sour apple Jolly Rancher.
A little bit.
Yeah.
This berry one more oozed in my mouth.
All right, I'm going to try the mystery. I don't know if it tastes like.
It tastes like a gusher.
Right? Is there flavor?
There's
tastes
more
sweet.
liquid in it. Is it like fruit punch?
Maybe. Do you think it's mystery like the Dum Dum lollipops where like they take every other flavor that's left over in the vat and mix it?
Well, I don't know what it is.
I know.
Weird.
It's not worth your time. That's all. So if you know.
Well, if you guess, then you can enter at galacticgushers.com.
What can you win though?
Oh, there's choices.
Oh.
It sounds like it could be. It could be Lightyear Lemon Lime, Meteorite Mandarin Melon, or Big Bang Blue Raspberry.
That would
Or
be
Satellite Strawberry Kiwi.
I would go with the Big Bang blueberry.
I'd go strawberry kiwi.
And
The contest actually ended.
oh yeah, that's fine too.
Yeah. But they didn't say what it was.
Yeah, I think I would pass on these. I mean, if you really, really like Gushers and for some reason you're a Gusher completist, by all means you won't dislike them, but go with what you know.
I
These
ate
are
the whole package.
Well, I ate the whole package too. They're here. You know?
yeah. I don't really get those. Anyways, Sour Bright Mystery Nightcrawlers from Trolley.
And we have no idea on these,
And
right?
We do know we know that there's different colors and that it's 2 flavors per worm. And that they're sour.
And we know they're going to be sours.
Okay. I like
lots of
ours. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, they
I
all
ate the whole
have
thing
a
at
white
once.
end and a colored end.
Yeah.
My first one tastes like peach and not sour.
Yeah. I don't remember what color I ate. I just put the whole thing in my mouth.
The white end tastes like nothing. Oh, that green one tastes like something. What does that taste like?
I like these. They're sour, but not too sour.
I'm not getting sour at all. I'm not even tempted to make Brian face.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be our Brian fix, and I have to
Yeah.
hold out for like weird Pringles to do that.
Maybe the cheese will do that.
Maybe the colored end is peach.
I don't know. Whatever they are. I mean, have you ever been able to identify the color in a or the flavor in like a gummy candy if someone doesn't tell you?
Yeah, I mean, usually it's just generic flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some sort of berry.
Yeah. Whatever they are, I like
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, mysteries I didn't like. I'll leave them for Scooby-Doo. Fine.
Yeah.
I agree. They're not sour though.
I would rather have the Gushers in my lunchbox than the worms.
Now, would you trade the Gushers or would you?
Well, that was Bex in the chat said whenever the Gushers were in the lunchbox, they got traded. I think you could get more for the Gushers. That's mostly why.
Yeah,
All right.
depends.
Well, we have 3 kinds of Pringles. We have generic cheeseburger.
That's limited edition, right? But that's widely available, but limited edition. The
We have the
Baconator,
Wendy's Baconator.
also widely available, but limited edition.
And sweet corn.
And that one is a Walgreens exclusive.
I'm worried about it.
Me too.
You know, I was just in a store and saw that the roasted corn flavored popcorn is back.
Oh,
And it made me think of you guys.
it worries me that that's what this is going to taste like.
Nobody seems to be able to do sweet corn or roasted corn flavored anything right.
But yeah, because there's just a certain magic that comes from like the cooking method that you can't replicate.
It just ends up tasting like field corn.
Yeah. So where do you want to
with
start?
Regular cheeseburger.
Sure.
Now, is there pickle in this? I'm worried there's pickle in this.
Look at the picture of the cheeseburger on the package. The Pringle is the bun.
I can smell pickle, I think, unless my brain is just.
This is definitely smells like the complete package cheeseburger. We might even get mustard in here if we get lucky.
Huh.
No.
Kind of tastes like a cheeseburger.
Yeah, there's a lot of salt. It's a very salty cheeseburger.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. There's not a lot of pickle, but there's enough. Maybe some onions too.
Yeah, as you eat these, It's definitely the fast food like this is a Burger King burger.
Oh. Without the charbroil.
Yeah. But it has a little bit of that, but it's definitely
Maybe a
like
tiny bit.
the
You're saying Burger King. I was thinking a little White Castle-ish.
no. I would know that, and I would
I
love
had the
that.
same reaction from eating White Castle too, so maybe I don't know.
Now, if we go to
Ooh.
Wendy's,
Yeah, let's try this. This could be good. I think this will be good. The Baconator Pringles, which I think is a very
No
interesting
fancy first
cross
start with
promotion.
that.
now, Amy, do you still have
Is it
Pickle
Sherbet
Rick
Peter
in your studio? Because you could add pickle to your burgers.
I don't want to.
Whoa, that is very different.
More burger.
Yeah, I don't know what I was expecting, but that wasn't it. It's good.
This is a
smells
bacon chip.
more like a meat patty than a burger.
This is a bacon. This is this is Baconator, not cheeseburger.
Are you getting cheese at all? I don't know if I'm getting cheese. I'm definitely getting burger and bacon.
Mostly bacon with a little burger.
Yeah, it's more of a meat chip than anything else.
Yeah. But I am now curious if I can take a Baconator and a cheeseburger
It's like a bacon cheeseburger,
and
probably.
make it into a bacon
Ugh.
cheeseburger. Don't cross the streams. Don't cross the streams.
Don't make an X.
No. Mm-mm. Whew. I did not think that would do that.
It's like a cheeseburger where the bun is bacon.
But that sounds good, but does not
It does
taste
sound
right.
good, but it's
That was. All of a sudden, I want the corn. But I need to drink like a gallon of water to get that out of my mouth.
it was for some reason 3 times as salty.
Yeah.
Or,
They were both salty to begin with, and that was like, whew,
yeah, let's
Okay.
go with this
sweet
sweet
corn.
corn.
Sweet corn.
Oh.
Oh. Oh. It tastes like you opened up a can of corn and just started eating it.
To me, I was like, this is what Brian must have felt like that time he ate the stick of butter.
No. No.
It's a lot of imitation butter flavor.
It is fake butter and canned corn. It's like they took the canned corn and instead of packing it in liquid, they packed it in like the movie theater butter.
Yeah. Yes.
It's not the worst sweet corn thing we've had, and don't ask me what that is. I don't remember. But it's still not good.
No. No. I mean, if you had that popcorn, the sweet corn popcorn that we tried last year, and we didn't like it, but if you did, you would probably like these. But if you like opening up a can of corn, throwing in some butter, and just eating it without cooking it, maybe you would like these. No, out.
This reminds me of a conversation I had earlier this week, though. If I referred to something as a can of corn, what would it be? If I was like, that's a can of corn.
A can of corn?
Just like canned corn. Why wouldn't you think?
It's an expression for something else. Do you know?
Well, I would think you were saying like a can of, like up another can of worms.
No. Like, Brian, you're wearing a baseball shirt. Do you know of a baseball term of a can of corn?
No.
So it's like a short, easy to catch, like a little pop-up fly ball. Can of corn.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
It's used mostly by people who are over 70, I think, at this point.
Oh, that's how you knew it. Okay.
Yeah. So there's 3 of these.
Well, there's 3 of them.
Okay. All right.
I'm
Yeah.
revisiting each of them.
Oh boy. Whoa.
I got to revisit the burger ones.
I initially thought this was going to be easy, but
Yeah.
maybe not.
Well, I'm decided.
Go for it, Amy, if you're ready.
I'm going to kill the sweet corn. I think that's a pretty easy choice for me. It's just too much artificial flavor on top of artificial flavor. I'm surprising myself with what I'm doing with these next two, but I'm going to frolic with Baconator. It's a very punch of bacon, but it's also kind of imitation bacon. And it's just too strong. Fun for a little frolic, but not the long haul.
Don't stick around.
So I guess I'm marrying the regular cheeseburger. It is very salty, but the flavor's not as strong, and it's a little more, I was going to say nuanced, but it's a chip. So there's a couple of different flavors in there.
It's not even a chip. It's a crisp.
True. But there's a couple of different flavors in there. It's not just a punch of one thing. So a little bit of variety, a little salty, but I can deal with that. Marrying that one.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna marry the Baconator because it's the only one I liked, and I can't see myself, being stuck with any of the other ones. But I think that having that punch in the mouth, like not being punched, like I don't want to be punched in the. I didn't start that analogy off right at all. The flavor hit me, and I wasn't expecting it, but it was like a good burst of things that I wasn't expecting, and I was very happy with that. So yeah, I'm gonna marry the Baconator, and even though it is a little bit fake, I did have the Baconator breakfast sandwich, and it did remind me of that. So like they did what they were expecting to do. So yeah, I like that. I'm gonna kill the sweet corn because there's nothing sweet about that one. Not one bit. There's just not any redeeming qualities there. Is corn horrible? No. Is canned corn horrible? No. Do I want to eat it as a snack in chip or crisp flavor? No. So die. That means I have to frolic with the cheeseburger. Now the sweet corn, like you kind of, like we knew, but this is like, cheeseburger. I like a cheeseburger. And because I've been around the block, I knew to expect pickles and maybe onions. But I was hoping that it would just be cheeseburger. None of the extra stuff. This came to me, and we mutually decided to have a nice little frolic. But then like the hair came off, and the any sort of makeup or whatever, and it was like, oh.
I feel like this is a lot of what you're saying is like, a lot of like restaurants or bars, like at a certain point in the evening they go to their late night menu, which is super cut back, but there's always still a burger on it. I feel like this is your like, it's 1 a.m. I've been drinking too much.
The rum. I was going to say rum definitely had a factor here.
Yeah. And you're like, well, it's 1 a.m. This is really my only option. I guess I'll frolic with it.
Yeah.
Pretty late. Pretty
desperate
drunk.
Times,
Got to do what you got to do. Hello, yeah. Cheeseburger Pringle.
Yeah. Okay, Danny, the floor is yours.
Okay. I'm going to shock all of you. First of all, in the chat, my father is there and said to update my jokes because he probably knew what the can of corn was, like Anthony. So happy Father's Day. And I'll lead off with the much ballyhooed Baconator. And the fate for the Baconator is going to be the frolic. It comes on strong, kind of like Amy said. It comes on strong. It's a lot, but it is what it is. And you're like, you had to try it, right? Like there's a lot of things that come out and you're like, oh, if I can have that, I'll have that. If I don't, it's okay.
It's but probably the one you're going to frolic with that won't stop calling and texting. And, it's probably going to be the needy one.
Maybe, but it's the one where like I had to frolic with it to say that I frolicked with it. Like you saw that was a thing you could frolic with, and you're like, I'm gonna do that if for nothing else but the story. And so there it was, me and Baconator I can say that I did that once. My purity test score will reflect that I did that, but I probably won't again.
When I take the purity test, I get a 0 because I'm so pure.
Yeah. I think you want to get a high number, right? You want to be like Ivory Soap,
then I don't know.
99% pure. Anyways, whatever, it impacts my score. So now I'm going to bring up the cheeseburger. What the heck was this? Like, could you taste any distinct flavor in this? No.
Pickle.
I didn't even get that. I got like a mashup that didn't even come together. And for that reason, the cheeseburger must die. Which also means, if you think about it and process for a minute, I am going to walk down the aisle and spend my life with this sweet, sweet corn. It took me aback. It took me aback at first, and then I was like, it buttered me up. And I got used to it.
Your dad, he gave me more shade, I think.
It is Father's Day. I am telling dad jokes. It buttered me up. And I know we seem a little corny, but we are happy forever.
You're having a field day?
Having a field day.
Okay.
She
lends me an ear.
Oh, dear Lord.
I
think it's time
every
to move
now
on
and
to
then.
our last item.
I've had the pleasure of detasseling her.
We should move on to cotton candy.
Yes, let's.
Fluffy stuff. Rainbow sherbet.
So there's a picture of a unicorn. Does that mean this is going to be that unicorn trend that's like super sour and like there's no need for it?
I don't know. Flavored cotton candies are always kind of interesting in a not good way. The unicorns, like, do you believe in sherbet, Brian? Would you ever eat sherbet?
Yes. Given the choice, ice cream would be the no-brainer, but I would eat it.
I don't really like sherbet, and I feel like rainbow sherbet is the worst of the sherbets. So here it is in cotton candy form. And when we open up the bag of
I'm trying to show it to the chat. Pieces are falling apart as I hold it up.
Mine is disassembling. But there's a lot of colors in here. I have pink, I have orange, I have green.
You know what? Did buy this ball here to see, because it's cotton candy, it dissolves. I'm kind of tempted to see, is this bite size?
I mean, do you have an insulin pump nearby?
Can you get that on Grubhub or Uber Eats?
Yeah, maybe. I think it's called 911.
I don't know if this is. We'll see, though. We'll see.
Oh, Brian, please tell me you have help there in case you choke. Oh, no. Brian is trying to stuff an entire bag of cotton candy into his mouth. It's only 2.1 ounces, but it's probably 8 inches.
You taste that cotton candy, which means not much flavor.
There's a little bit of sherbety fruitiness in it. The colors are definitely the draw.
Yeah.
My lights are making it look a little weird. There you go. There's a lot of...
It just tastes like regular cotton candy to me.
Yeah.
And now that I can talk again, I don't know if Easy Life, if he's watching this later, shut up, because I know the comments you were saying during that.
He's not, but I'm sure he would be very curious at the 8-inch bag of cotton candy that you're trying to stuff into your mouth.
He would want the ball of cotton candy to be bigger, I think.
Probably.
But yeah, like there was just too much, to fit in my mouth. I would dissolve fast. Cotton candy would, not the.
I'll say this: there's just enough flavor in this that makes me want like regular cotton candy.
Yeah, I don't love this, and I feel like I had this brand before. Just regular cotton is much better.
Would you rather have this or the corn Pringle?
Definitely the cotton candy.
Oh yeah, the cotton candy.
I would stick with my corn Pringle.
Yeah, you have fun in your unhappy marriage there.
I don't know that. How do you know?
Oh, I know. I know. I would like protest outside your house saying this is not right.
Maybe you just need to get past her tough exterior to the sweet, tender inside.
I got to this
pull back the husk a little bit and get to know the real thing.
Oh, that husk was pulled back all the way and it went all in. And no, that was not a good experience. Yeah.
On that note, we should.
You know what? That explains. If you want to know why she was a little salty towards you.
She was a lot salty towards me. You know what? I forgot one piece of news that I definitely want to mention.
That's great.
Here.
It's a bonus for the people that made it through an hour.
Yeah, this is a bonus here. News at the end. Normally I would just say, let's just save it, but this happened this week and I think it's, more relevant. Did you both hear about they are doing away with Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben?
I did hear that. And
Yeah.
It was about time.
Which I know some people are like, well, what's the difference? Like it's fine now. But, when you look at the history, especially with Aunt Jemima, it definitely has some racist backgrounds. It was never meant to be harmful or hurtful, but just the fact that, it is some people like, I support that. I do support that.
Like I could kick you in the balls and say I didn't mean to hurt you, but it still hurts. Kind of Aunt
I
Jemima.
read somewhere they're changing the name of Eskimo pie too.
Oh, I didn't even know they still made those. I've gone for the Klondike bar.
I like Klondike bars.
I'm glad that companies are taking this opportunity at this point of history to reflect and see what's the best thing to do. But also this isn't something new where we just were like, hey, you know what? This is a little insensitive or this, isn't the best.
No, like they changed the picture on Aunt Jemima because they knew it was bad.
Right. And that was a while ago. And it's like, okay, good. But thank you. But
maybe we should have just gotten rid of it.
Right.
So that wrong is being righted. So
yeah.
That's
anyway, that came out this week, and I think the products will still be there. It's just going to be
have a new name.
Yeah, rebranding. But yeah. So that was bonus news here.
That's a good way to wrap it up. All right. So on that note, thanks for listening, everyone. Keep tuning in to hear our frivolity and sometimes serious notes. And until then, bye-bye.
Have a great week.
I just picked up a Pringle off my desk, and I don't know which one it is. I think it's the cheeseburger.
That's a gamble right there.
Yeah, I was like,
no.
As I put it in my mouth, I was like, what am I getting? But it was a cheeseburger. Thank you, Chad.
Danny, I know you're still not going to the casinos, but if you want to gamble, you could go to Denny's. You're probably going to lose something.
No, if I want to gamble, there's a brewery that's right by where I live, where but they say they're following the social distancing guidelines, but it's packed with people and none of them are wearing masks. It's just like a giant party in there, but they have garage doors that are open so they can claim it's outside. That's how I'll gamble.
I thought you were going to say you found meat raffles.
Oh yeah, meat raffles.
I bet those could come back. I know a couple places I've gone for meat raffles have their patios open.
Oh.
I do takeout. I bring it back to my patio. It works better. Occasionally invite other people to dine on my patio for a donut or something. After some silent judging.
No, wait, Danny, there was an $8 donut I think you got this week.
I didn't get it this week. No.
Wow.
I was actually at Pig Ate My Pizza twice because we had someone over to have dinner, a couple people over to have dinner on our patio. So we got some pizzas from Pig Ate My Pizza. And then one night this week, Renee really wanted Marna's, which is awesome, but I wasn't in the mood for that. So I got the burger from Pig Ate My Pizza because their burger is amazing. But I didn't. So I was there. I could have gotten the donut, but I didn't. They've also been doing their, they call it the Thick Boy, THICCBOI. Last week it's an ice cream sandwich. I forget what flavor ice cream it was last week, but it was ice cream in between 2 brownies. This week it's a wild berry jam cheesecake ice cream in between 2 graham cookies, and they cut them into squares, like they just make like trays of them, so you can get the Thick Boy. They've also been making ice pops, which are really good. Like little, like, I should have talked about this. The slushies. Hey, chat, while we're just talking, you can listen in on this. Like the cheaper than food ice pops we're talking about. They're making their own, like making like different juice concoctions and then freezing them, because you can buy the empty tubes on Amazon.
Now, how much are they selling these for?
$2
A pop?
Per pop. Yeah, they're pretty long. They're bigger than the other ones, but it's like coconut milk and pineapple puree and passion fruit. So like they're fancier.
Now, I wish you would have heard when we went to Dairy Queen, I wish you would have heard the lady taking drive-through orders when she said they want their milkshake thick like me.
Wow.
I wish you would have heard that. But Amy, you did not join us and you had the invite. What's going on there?
I didn't see an invite.
You thumbs it up.
Right. You made it sound like you were leaving right then, and I knew there's no way I could be there when you got there.
Oh, we'd have waited. Brian and I left. We left at the same time, probably. But yeah, that's why I made sure everyone knew where it was. Anyways, we can
strawberry cake confection, guys.
Yeah, we can fight this out not live on YouTube. Bye, YouTube.
Bye.
We'll talk to you later.
Everyone.